Welcome, everyone, to the Salon's 37-year anniversary. I'm thrilled to present a very special program of 10 outstanding ensembles and soloists here in my home, as well as on the virtual stage from as far as Nepal. A very warm welcome to those of you joining the Salon community for the very first time. Some background for those of you who are new. Salons are traditionally gatherings in the home, dating back to the symposium and the banquet in ancient Greece and Rome, where hosts would invite guests over for intellectual discourse and debate. These literary salons flourished in the 17th and 18th centuries in Italy and France, and they're named after the room in which they were held, the salon being the parlor. In the 19th century, these salons came to include more musicians and artists. As a teen, I was inspired by Parisian salons, particularly the famed salon hosted by the American writer Gertrude Stein, who started her salon on the left bank in 1910. Incidentally, the same year this beautiful house was put together from 3 18th century trinities. Having grown up playing chamber music in the living room with my parents, I started my own salon in 1986 to carry on the long tradition of music in the home, to foster collaboration amongst artists, and to help build a vital, engaged, and joyful community around music and arts. Since 1986, I've kept the programming the same, 10 ensembles, 10 minutes each, featuring widely varying genres. The diverse programming offers exposure to wondrous flowerings of arts of all kinds, different styles, genres, cultures, and time periods, including the music of our day, opening our eyes, ears, and spirits. It also draws a wonderful cross-fertilization of audience. There have been well over 18,000 audience members and 8,000 performers gracing the Salon stage since 1986, and a beautiful community has been formed. To my delight, the community continues to expand both in Philadelphia and around the world through the new hybrid, streaming in performers from around the US and other countries, a silver lining of the pandemic. In our busy lives, how often are we given the precious opportunity to drop in, to exhale, and to enjoy the grace of being receptive? Some things you hear may be more familiar than others. So I invite you to listen deeply, see what resonates with your soul, and stay open. At the end, you may engage with the artist during an informal conversation. We enjoy showing our appreciation to the performers. Those of you on Zoom can unmute and clap at the end of each set. Those of you here in my home, feel free to applaud and give these performers your love. I'll offer a brief introduction to each performer. However, I highly encourage you to read more about them on our program page. That link will be posted in the chat. Please consider donating to support the performers. Many artists have lost work from the pandemic, and every little bit helps. You can make a simple, tax-deductible donation through our fiscal sponsor, Crossroads Music. That link is in the chat and also on the zalonarts.org website. My team and I gladly volunteer to keep this heart space of music and arts alive. I'd like to extend a very special thank you to the group of salon lovers from around the United States who helped purchase this property in 2015 when the building went up for sale so that the salon could live on. It was truly a miracle, and I'm grateful every day to all of you who made this possible. I also want to acknowledge my dear friend and overseer of all things tech at the Salon, Gerardo Rizumni, who has worked tirelessly on creating this hybrid engineering tour de force. And another big thank you to my talented artist friend Mia Bosna for creating the beautiful Salon logos and the 37-year banner, and to Barbara Contuzzi for printing it out. And finally, a huge thank you to the volunteer team that keeps everything running smoothly. It takes a village to run a hybrid, streamed in and streamed out with 2 audiences, 2 sets of performers, and 2 teams who keep everything running smoothly and with such commitment and positive energy. Please hold your applause until the end. Tech director Gerardo Rizumni, who is also handling donations, audio engineer Joyce Lieberman, audio engineer, display monitor engineer Tom West, videographer Bill Houston, photographer Michael Schweisheimer, stage manager Vartan Sarkisian, assistant stage managers Marjan Zhang and Simran Shah, Zoom engineers, Alex Glass, Miranda Peak, and Jordan Vernick. Web manager, Lex Samakis. Outreach consultation, Maddie Green. RSVPs, Georgette Hamadi. And we're not finished yet. The house team assisting with performers, audience, food, and more are Jennifer Kopp-Lewis, Shannon Coulter, Connie Copy, Barbara Jo Saylor, Laura Burton, Sharon Fisher, Mitzi Juni, Stephen Macbeth, Neem Sherlock, and Ray McFadden. I feel incredibly fortunate to be working with these dedicated teams and amazing humans. We appreciate you so much. Can we give them all a big round of applause? A quick note that there were 2 changes to the program. French pianist Sybil Roussel-Nougier and Philadelphia's Minas are not performing tonight, but I hope to have them on later this season. Now, would you please join me in welcoming an extraordinary artist to the Salon? I couldn't be more thrilled that superb accordionist Iwo Jedynecki agreed to perform when we had a last-minute cancellation on the program, and he's so busy, and I can't believe we caught him here, and he came in from New York City. Thank you so much, Iwo. A versatile and experienced performer, Iwo Jedynecki aims to change the perspective of the classical accordion. He is the winner of top prizes at over 30 international music competitions, including most recently the winner of the Astral Artists competition. He is also the first accordionist to receive a Fulbright scholarship. He has performed in 25 countries on 4 continents. This season he will perform with the Kronos Quartet at Carnegie Hall and will play the Piazzolla Concerto with the West Virginia Symphony. All right. Tonight Iwo will perform Sonata No. 1, Infinity, by Warsaw-based composer Paweł Janas, that showcases the classical accordion's amazing versatility. So would you give a warmest welcome to Iwo at the Salon for the first time.
Hi, good evening. It's a thrill for me to be here and to be performing. It's not my Philadelphian debut because I'm with Astral Artists, so it happened that I appeared in Philadelphia, but it's the first time I'm performing in such a special venue and for such special audience. And I'm very much looking forward to perform the piece by my dear friend, composer Paweł Janas, which will showcase, I think, what this instrument that does not appear that regularly on stages in America, it will showcase what it's all about. So the piece is actually, it consists of 4 internal movements. All of them go quite attaccato without a break in between them, but they are very, very different from one another. And so the first movement, for this I will actually need to adjust my instrument, but I wanted to show you how I'll do it. So I'm gonna take off my lid of the instrument. Thank you. And I got these register layers in the accordion, which basically change the tone of what I play. And this time, I will do something very unorthodox, because I need to, I'll just show you. So now, it will sound very, very like not an accordion, for sure, and that's the first movement. So it's called multiphonic, because there will be some very, very different sounds to the ones that you usually would consider an accordion sound. Then the second movement, I will be using this little thing here, which is basically a reed box taken from another accordion, which looks like a harmonica, sounds like a harmonica. And yeah, and the second movement is called Inside Outside, of course. And yeah, and it's also fun to perform it. And then the third movement is called stereophonic, because it uses both the accordion manual, so the left and the right hand, in a way to create a specific stereophonic sound, which you can probably achieve only on this instrument. And then the final movement is called Finale, and it's just like a Philip Glass, Hans Zimmer crossover. It's super fun. And one thing that connects all these movements is let's say the main theme. So without further ado, Paweł Janas and his Sonata for accordion. Thank you.
Paweł Janas. Yeah, Polish composer.
Actually, his first piece ever. Wow.
Are you kidding? Is he an accordionist?
Yeah, he didn't know he was a composer before he tried.
But he plays the instrument, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so very much. Iwo came all the way from New York City to perform for us tonight, and he'll be around for the rest of the evening, so during the reception you'll have a chance to talk to him. Okay, we are going to turn things over, but first, a reminder that you can make a simple tax-deductible donation that supports these performers. Many have lost work from the pandemic, so please check out the link in the chat if you're on Zoom, and if you're here on our website, zalonarts.org, or on the invitations that I send out. And if you don't remember the link, send me an email and I'll remind you of it. Thank you so much. They're really very appreciative. And also check out our program page to learn more about Iwo. I just give a brief bio, but they have much more extended biographies, as you can imagine, and lots of links where you can follow and support them. Maci Miller is performing at the Salon for the second time, and she will be performing with Aaron Graves and Mike Boone tonight Why don't you come on up while I praise you to the audience? At the intersection of Nora Jones and Billie Holiday is Maci Miller. Whether she's interpreting jazz standards, belting out the blues, or performing her own compositions, Maci mesmerizes audience with her unique and soulful jazz vocals. She's worked with many jazz greats, too many to name here, and she has just released her new album entitled 9, which is getting all kinds of accolades. Congratulations, Maci, on that. 9 original?
6 originals and one, 6 originals and then one song that I wrote that I'm going to do for you tonight. That was a Cedar Walton song.
Oh, wonderful,
Yes.
wonderful. Well,
All
we're
arranged by Aaron Graves.
oh well. I'm gonna tell you all about Aaron, and we're switching microphones. I'm gonna tell you all about Aaron and Mike. Pianist Aaron Graves is a multi-talented pianist, arranger, composer, producer, and conductor. He has been blessed to perform or record with luminaries that include Kenny Burrell, Grover Washington Jr., Earl May, and the Blackbirds, among others. And he knows my piano very well because he used to come many, many moons ago, come and practice on my piano. So my piano loves his velvet touch, and you will too. Legendary bassist Mike Boone has toured with Buddy Rich, performed with many, many renowned artists, and played for albums of his own. He also teaches jazz at Temple University. Mike wrote something that I totally agree with. I hope I'm not, it's okay that I tell them that you wrote, musicians are healers, that we're doctors, and people come in and they don't feel good, and we play and they feel good. So yes to that. So let's give it up for Maci Miller, Aaron Graves, and Mike Boone.
Why should I wither and forget all resistance when you and your magic pass by? My heart's in a dither, dear, when you're at a distance. But when you are near, oh my, it's not the pale moon that excites me, that thrills and delights me. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. It isn't your sweet conversation that brings this sensation. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. When you're in my arms and you're holding me close to you, all my wildest dreams come true. And enchant me. If you'd only grant me the right to hold you ever so tight. I need to feel, I need to feel. I need to feel the nearness of you. The nearness of you. Thank you so much. That is a lovely song written by Hoagie Carmichael and given new life with a fabulous arrangement by Aaron Graves. Aaron is my co-writer and producer of the new album 9, and we're going to do another song of both of these incredibly talented gentlemen who I'm lucky to call also bandmates and friends. And so Aaron suggested when we were doing this, they're both on the album, and when we were looking for material, he suggested this wonderful Cedar Walton tune called Firm Roots. It didn't have any lyrics, so he tasked me to come up with some, and at first I was scratching my head, but we came up with something we liked, and here it is for you. And it's about what I believe Firm Roots is about, all of our interconnectedness. Oh, there are roots that grow to connect us to each other, from the earth to where the river flows. Nature, sky, and sea are bound to one another by a universe that knows. In the light of day, you can see how it glimmers as the sun filters through the trees. And the waves that crash, you can hear it if you listen, life in perfect symmetry. Sunshine and starlight and your light connecting to me. And love. There's a world out there that is yours for the taking. All the world wants to see you glow. We're not just a result of the choices that we're making, so make sure those firm roots grow. Love is ours to give and share with one another. There is more than enough, the story goes. All these gifts in life are meant to go much further, 'cause it's true, you reap what you sow. Sunshine and starlight and your light connecting to me. And love. universe that knows. In the light of day, you sunshine and starlight and your light connecting to me, and love, to me, and love, to me, and sunshine and starlight, it shines for you, it shines for me. Sunshine and starlight and your light connecting. Sunshine and starlight and your light connecting to me.
Maci, you enchanted us with your captivating performance, and these guys are all legends in their own right. Thank you so much, Aaron Graves, Mike Boone, and look out for Maci Miller's 9, her new CD. It's a true pleasure to welcome back to the Salon stage an extraordinary young artist, Noëlle Streuber-Eden, and pianist Maria Dell'Orefice. After a solo performance at Carnegie Hall, a debut at the Kimmel Center, and a concert tour of Iceland, the 14-year-old Noëlle Streuber-Eden is excited to be back at the Salon, and we're excited to have you with us. Noëlle embarked on her musical journey at the age of 3 3/4 and has already won first prizes in several renowned compositions. Passionate about music, mathematics, and cats, she lives in a Philadelphia suburb with her family and her 2 feline friends. Maria Dell'Orefice is an active classical pianist and avid violinist. Maria frequently performs solo and also collaborative performances in the Philadelphia area and has performed solo at Carnegie Hall. So let's welcome both of them to the Salon stage, Noëlle and Maria. And before they perform, I just wanted to say that they are performing something that's very close to the heart of the Salon, 2 Salon pieces. And Salon pieces are actual repertoire, short pieces of repertoire that were designed to be performed in more intimate spaces. And they are often virtuosic or slow and expressive. And I love the way that you're hearkening back to Salon history. I'm going to turn things over to Noëlle.
And thanks to Andre for inviting us tonight. It is such a pleasure to be back. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Noëlle, and this is the lovely Maria. Maria and I have been making music together for about a year now, and we might as well call ourselves a duo because, well, we're having a lot of fun together, and I don't see our music making stopping in the near future. This evening, we are bringing you a couple of typical Salon pieces, both arrangements of famous tunes by famous people during exactly the same time period. the lost generation of the Paris between the two world wars. The first piece is Danse Espagnole, from the 1913 opera La Vida Breve, by Manuel de Falla, arranged for violin and piano by the famous violin virtuoso Fritz Kreisler in 1926. The second piece is Estrellita, the sweet Mexican love song by Manuel Ponce from 1914, arranged for violin and piano by none other than the one and only Jascha Heifetz in 1927. So, as we bring you these pieces, imagine yourselves in the company of Pablo Picasso staring at his new flame, Maria Therese Mulder across the room, and Ernest Hemingway and Gertrude Stein raising a glass to his just published debut novel, The Sun Also Rises. Enjoy!
your career. So please come back and perform for us as often as you can. We love you here, and you just really, at least for me, you moved my heart. People ask, how do you find your performers? Well, often from being a part of the music scene in Philadelphia as a composer, but also through my travels. And when I heard the Viano Quartet in Banff, I was floored. I thought, they are amazing. They're all remarkable musicians in their own right, but when they come together, they have an uncanny kind of telepathy, and they create a whole new universe of sound as a string quartet. So I just want to thank them. They won the Banff International String Quartet competition a year ago, and they are incredibly busy, and it's just amazing that they could even make it here tonight. So I'm so grateful to welcome the Viano Quartet, Zhou, Lucy Wang, Aiden, Kane, and Tate Zawadiuk. Why don't you come on up and I'll tell everyone about it. Thank you all so much. Praised for their virtuosity and visceral expression, the Viano Quartet are one of the most sought-after performing young ensembles today. They're currently in residence at the Chamber Music Society of Lincoln Center. Since winning first prize at the 2019 Banff International String Quartet competition, they have captivated audiences in nearly every major city across the globe. They're graduates of the Curtis Institute and Colburn Conservatory of Music. Learn more about them on our website or their website, Viano Quartet. Oops, let's give it up to the Viano Quartet. To Barton Sarkisian, who's serving the Yes.
Great, thank you so much, Andrea. It's a pleasure to be here. We'll do a little name check for those of you who are wondering which one of us is which. This is Lucy over here. There's Aiden. This is Tate. And I'm Hal. We're very excited to share this program with you. We have a new arrangement of Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. And speaking of Banff, this arrangement was actually done next to the beautiful mountains of the Banff Center. Yeah, and but first, actually, in the Swing Low, we're going to do a little attempt at Viano barbershop. We're going to do our best, and if you guys know the words, please join in. But first, we're going to do a little tango by Piazzolla called La Muerte dell'Agnello, and here we go.
That's the Viano Quartet. Everybody go to their website and find out where they're performing. And how, Zhou? That was an extraordinary arrangement. That was your arrangement, right? Wow, that was amazing. Let's give it up for how, Zhou. Incredible. I'm out of superlatives, so you can fill them in. I'm sure you all felt something from that alive and just stunning performance of the Viano Quartet. Also a reminder that you can make an easy tax-deductible donation to the performers by clicking on the link in the chat or going to zalonarts.org. And so while we're waiting for the setup, I'm going to introduce our next performer, who's a longtime Salon performer. We're very, very grateful that Tania Stavreva, the Bulgarian-born dynamo, as she's been praised in the press, pianist, is back with us for the first time in several years because of COVID. Tania has been featured internationally in BBC Music Magazine, CNN, Time Out New York, ABC 7, and Keyboard Magazine, just to name a few.
She's had solo performances at Carnegie Hall, Lincoln Center, Grammy Museum Auditorium, Kaufman Center, Chicago Cultural Center, and the Bulgarian National Radio Concert Hall, among others. You can learn more about Tania and all the ways that you can follow her music and her recordings on our program page at salonarts.org. A huge welcome back to Tania Stavreva.
I'm so happy to be back. It's been a while. It's so nice to be in person. So there are a couple of things I want to say. Before I say a few words about the pieces that I'm performing, I want to make sure that I let everybody know that this performance tonight I would like to dedicate to Elliot Neil Blake, who is a longtime friend and one of my biggest fans. And I was so sad when I found out about the news. So if he's somewhere here in the Salon, I would like to dedicate a nice performance to him. And also today is International Music Day, October 1st, and it's a huge deal in Europe. I'm from Bulgaria, so not many Americans know about that for some reason, but it's a very special day. So I will perform two pieces. The first one is very short, and it's composed by me. It's also the title of my album, Rhythmic Movement, the name and the title. So after that, I will perform a piece by a wonderful Spanish composer, and the name for now is Secret. So it's a classical flamenco piece, and it's only an excerpt. The whole piece is about 20 minutes, so this is not a world premiere yet. It's just an excerpt, and if you'd like to find out more about the pieces and the music in the upcoming album, sign the mailing list downstairs. There are CDs also available, and enjoy the performance. Thank you.
Thank you, Tania. Tania Stavreva, everybody. She came all the way from New York City to perform, and she and Ivo are staying overnight, so they will be here tonight at the reception and party, so please do talk to them about their work. Thank you so much, Tania. It's wonderful to have you back. It's exciting for me to have so many longtime performers and new performers at the Salon. We now welcome, for the first time, vocalist Sarah Michaels and her all-star ensemble to the Salon stage. So they're all coming up, and I'm going to brag about you for a bit until you're ready to play. With her lush and soulful voice, Sarah Michaels draws from her background of both spiritual music and musical theater. Some of her original songs reflect hope and healing in today's suffering world, while others take you on a journey of joy. She performs with premier jazz artists on her debut album entitled Chapter 1, Full Circle. Sean Cassani is in demand as a multi-instrumentalist, composer, arranger, and music instructor. He's playing guitar tonight. Sought out for his talents on many instruments, including instruments from his native Afghanistan, Sean is known for his virtuosity, sensitivity, and lyricism. He maintains a busy performing, teaching, and recording schedule. My friend Diane Monroe is back at the Salon, and I couldn't be more thrilled. She is a legendary violinist, composer, and educator who trained at the Curtis Institute of Music and Philadelphia Musical Academy. While in demand as a classical chamber artist, she gained visibility in the jazz community with membership as the first violinist of the Max Roach Double Quartet, Uptown String Quartet, and String Trio of New York. She has performed with countless distinguished artists, including Odine Pope, Arnold Steinhardt, John Blake Jr., and Yo-Yo Ma. A winner of a Pew Fellowship, she's also a composer. Aaron Graves, I have introduced earlier. You on double duty tonight, and I couldn't be happier that you are gracing the keys of my piano again. Jason Fraticelli is a bassist, composer, multi-instrumentalist, and band leader who has been immersed in the Philadelphia and New York jazz and original music scenes for over 20 years. He co-leads the acclaimed 10-piece electro jazz Fresh Cut Orchestra and received a Pew Grant to record one of his pieces with them. So let's give a huge welcome to Sarah, Sean, Diane, Aaron, and Jason.
Thank you, Andrea. As Andrea said, I have this album coming out, and it's 9 original songs, and half of the songs were written during COVID. And during the very first winter of the pandemic, that's where I wrote this song. I'd hoped that would bring hope and healing. As Mike Boone said, music is one of the greatest healers, and I hope that you can also find your joy within this music. It's entitled Hard Winter.
You're perfectly clear.
divided, I plead. Will you make the choice to rise as one voice and make certain we all can agree? So stop all the blame, the hatred, the pain, and can we love everyone the same? Love is the reason we'll heal in this season, giving hope to a better new year, finding hope in a better new year. Sure has been a long, long time awaiting. Our baby is finally here. Could she be the sign to say we'll be fine? Will she melt our sorrow and fear? With hope in her face and with God's holy grace, the message is humbly clear. This new life gives reason for joy in this season, for a better new year. Then I'll sing out with joy to every girl and little boy. May your futures be brighter, my dear. Your future's the reason we'll heal in this season, finding hope in a better new year, giving hope in a better new year. So we got to year number 3 of the pandemic, and I had written 3 songs, one for each year, I believe. And I thought it was over. And so I wrote a 4th. And this is the last cut on my album. And I want you to think about what would make this world a little better. And the song, I was inspired, when you heard that first song, I sung about a little baby being born. It was our very first grandchild that was being born, our first pandemic baby. And we went on to have 2 more grandchildren during this time period. And I thought to myself, well, what would be a beautiful little utopian, nursery rhymey, lullaby-ish type song that I would like to give to these grandchildren and to everyone? And it's entitled, When the World Gets Better. we'll sing to our old favorite song while we're all in one room together. There will be no more war, for no one is mean, and we'll all take a breath in the air, oh so clean, for we'll always have beautiful weather when the world gets better. Now in this better world, all creatures great and small have taught us how to give and take, but never take it all. It's such a wondrous thing to wrap your head around, a world so full of goodness, a world that's so profound. When the world gets better, there's no sickness or pain, but we'll all have a faith that is one in the same, a faith that will bind us together, and no one will judge who you love or the look of your face or the skin that you're in, for we'll all have such grace, and our hearts will be light as a feather when the world gets better. Now in this better world, all creatures great and small have taught us how to give and take, but never take it all. It's such a wondrous thing to wrap your head around, a world so full of goodness, a world that's so profound. When the world gets better, we will dance all night long, and we'll laugh and we'll sing to our old favorite song while we're all in one room together. There will be no more war, for no one is mean, and we'll all take a breath in the air, oh so clean, for we'll always have beautiful weather
these extraordinary musicians. And thank you for choosing these songs. Right? Aren't they so neat? It's kind of what the Salon is about. We all come together in one room. We come together on Zoom from all over the world. And we dream of a world where everything is possible and the beauty of the human spirit. So thank you. I also wanted to comment on this ensemble because did you notice how they were listening to one another? That is a really, really special quality of extreme professional musicians. Beautiful listening, everything. And thank you to our stage managers, Marjan Zhang, Simran Shah, and Barton Sarkisian. They're doing a great job tonight. I think we're going to want to, I don't know if we want to move this chord here. There seems to be one seat here in case there's somebody in the back would like to sit in the front. Come on through. I always enjoy having new performers to the Salon, and although Tina Davidson is a longtime friend, we've known each other for I don't know how many years, but we were on the board of the American Composers Forum way back when in our 30s. This is her first performance here, correct? Of your work? Yes. And Maria Corley is new to the Salon as well, and I am so thrilled to have both of you. And this is a first in many ways because Tina has written she's a great composer. She's a highly regarded American composer, and her music is known for its emotional depth and lyricism. And her memoir, Let Your Life Be Broken, Life and Music from a Classical Composer, is extraordinary. I can say because I've read most of it now, and it is described by Van magazine as unequivocally poetic memoir on love, loss, and music. And this is the first time that we have a writer reading about her life, and a pianist and composer, Maria is both, playing the music from the book, I mean, right off the page. So it's very exciting, I think, this kind of collaboration. Maria Thompson Corley trained at the University of Alberta and the Juilliard School. She's appeared as a solo and collaborative pianist in Canada, the US, Central America, the Caribbean, Bermuda, and Europe. Also a sought-after composer, her compositions have been commissioned by renowned performers and institutions. Please go to our program page to learn more about Tina and Maria, and please come up and let us give you a hearty welcome.
The book is called Let Your Heart Be Broken, Life and Music of a Classical Composer, and I actually brought a few extra copies. You decide you want to have one for yourself. I will be reading, when I wrote this, I was using, as part of my process to write this, a lot of my composing and personal journals. And the book is about my life, and it's also about my composing process and my relationship with music. Wonderful, wonderful Maria Corley is going to be playing, actually not a piece from this book, but it's a new piece. It's called Earthlight, and it was written last year, and actually it's for a much larger combination. And what we've created is sort of a 10-minute reading and musical interplay. So, we're ready. I am a composer. I delight in the ebb and flow of energy, the gathering of melodies and rhythmic passages, and the shaping of them into a continuously moving sound. Often there is a slight off-balance forward movement. The moment of arrival is a departure, with the final destination an arc swirling upwards. I have always kept both personal and music journals. The practice starting in adolescence became a daily routine in my composing life. My workday began with reading and then writing for an hour or more before turning to my compositions. At times, I wrote casually. Other times, I wrote as if to save my life. Both are an act of placing and grounding. Writing, however, is more vulnerable, truer to life's storytelling. Composing is in a world of its own, both emotion and energy. I camouflage myself, wrap myself in a language that has no direct translation. As early as I remember, I would lose myself for days, sometimes for months or years. Pulling back from the sharpness of the moment, I slipped into the coolness of the murky lake. The world receded. The water made downy hairs on my face stand on end. Air escaped from my nose and bubbles clung to my face. The muffled sounds of life were all absorbing. Music has the same call, a place of peace. The hidden lake is always smooth. I fly close to the surface, almost touching the water with my body. I turn up into the air, high, into the sky, then dive down to skim the surface again. Hearing becomes everything. The rush of the wind on my cheeks, the thump of my heart, the creak of my body. I am a swoop, a streak of energy. I am pure joy and delight in my own agility. I sink into sound. I am the water, the rush, and the burble. I am the cool water. want to attach meaning, to understand, to pin the moment down when it is, at best, a transitory happening. My journals, for example, are an outpouring of the difficulties and pain I feel in my life, but the pain doesn't possess me the way the journals seem to indicate. I work, I compose, I care for my daughter, I am happy. My journals are truthful and honest, but they are only intermittently accurate. My music, which contains me, is also not accurate. There is something else, something I cannot get my tongue around. I bend forward and listen to a recording of one of my pieces, trying to understand. I wrote it, but do not recognize myself. Something happens when I compose that, for all the self-analysis and precious rethinking, I have no control over. The work is larger than me, and now completed, I cannot imagine how I wrote it, or even have any memory of having done so. I'm not saying that something took over me and wrote the music, or that I don't remember the content, but in the journey of composing, I go to a place that transforms the work into more than me. What can it be? Second sight, intuition, a deep understanding that goes beyond the mind and the ability to understand. Perhaps it is the primal knowing of the Earth's center, massive movements of rock, a slipping and sliding of sun, ribbons of light. I struggle to discover myself, but this is a place I will never know with my mind, only through my touch, my hearing, through the beating of my heart. Is no more than itself. There is no implicit reason for it to be except that it is, and that is its magic. The intent is to be, to speak, to reveal myself, and resonate with others. That is enough.
And Tina, not only are you a great composer, you're just a very eloquent and insightful writer. How many composers do we have out there? Do you feel like that when you write? You know, that just, it transcends you and, you're connected to it, but at the same time, there is this transcendence that comes, and I think you express that so beautifully. Thank you. Tina Davidson, Maria Dell'Orefice. We have one more performer here and two more, a duo, and then we have a performer from Kathmandu, Nepal. So 2 more performances for you tonight. I'm delighted that mega-talented soprano Megno Togia and her equally gifted pianist Sirapat Jitapiram will share their gifts with us tonight. Soprano Megno Togia graduated with her master's in voice from Temple University. She has performed in the South Philadelphia-based Note Soliton concert series and in productions at Opera Ithaca and the Philadelphia Fringe Festival. Sirapat Jitapiram is a Thai-American pianist. She plays with the Keystone State Boy Choir, Drexel's University Chorus, and is staff at Temple University and University of Delaware in the voice and opera departments. Welcome to you, Megno and Sira. We love having you here. So glad you're with us tonight.
So tonight, Manuel and I will be performing 2 songs by American composers Charles Ives, songs My Mother Taught Me, and Jake Heggie, A Lucky Child. And both really capture the spirit of childlike innocence and love, and we're really excited to perform them, and we're really trying to portray our sense of childhood with our socks. Thank you. wanting to hear the secrets they share, but mostly just wanting to be carried upstairs in my father's arms. Then he'd kiss me and say, "Good night, my little pumpkin. Sleep soundly, my little love. Angel from heaven, star from above, and I say that love is what I'm seeking. To feel again I am safe and protected. To wake each morning filled with and to know I am loved. Oh God, I was unlucky.
Thank you so much. Tokyo, It's so wonderful to have Charles Ives and Jake Heggie performed at the Salon. You know, they both, Charles Ives was groundbreaking for his time, and Jake Heggie is a contemporary composer who writes so beautifully for the voice. As you can hear, his opera Dead Man Walking is happening at the Met right now, right? So we are going to move back to the virtual stage for the last performance. So while we change the setup, those of you on Zoom can get your drink of choice ready for our customary toast. This will take place after the next artist performs. So as I mentioned earlier, one of the silver linings of the pandemic is being able to not only stream out to all of you, but to stream in performing artists from all over the world, which could never have happened before. Salil is a musician and performing artist from Kathmandu. He's a pioneer Nepali didgeridoo player. He plays a mix of Nepali folk instruments, including sacred and healing instruments. He performs improvised vocals blending throat singing, ragas, and folk melodies. Salil is also the author of 2 books on Himalayan singing bowls. He's a virtuoso theater artist and an educator who leads Earthbeat Live, creating nature and wildlife conservation drama groups for children and youth in towns and villages of Nepal and India. Learn more about Salil on our program page. That link is in the chat. And now let's all give our love to Salil, performing in the morning all the way from Kathmandu, Nepal.
Namaste, everyone. Thank you, Andrea. And we heard the first flight taking over Kathmandu, and I think it's the perfect time to start. And I'd like to welcome you to my home in Kathmandu in the northern side, and my family are here. I cannot turn the laptop, but they are here. And and I would like to perform the flute, and then the didgeridoo, and then we'll close this session with jaw harp, which we call in Nepal as morchunga. So this particular piece is actually inspired by this morning. When we were setting up, I started to play, improvise on the folk melody, and here it's raining, and so this is inspiration from the surrounding, the first piece. Thank you. And I have to change a bit of my setup here. Thank you. So now I'd like to perform for you the Zhou harp, Zhou's harp, or Murchunga, and I have put it in. I'm using 3 Murchunga together. Normally we play it solo. Please don't mind the plane taking off. This is the second mountain flight. I'll try to blend the music with the sound of the airplane, small airplane. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wow, Salil, can you hear that thunderous applause from Philadelphia?
Yes, wow, this is like, wow. What can I say? Thank you.
You know, that was just incredible. First of all, I don't know how you do what you do. I mean, you're creating these complicated rhythms on the didgeridoo. I've never heard it played like that before. And then, of course, with the harp and singing, it was really extraordinary. And I think, you know, here you are on the screen, all the way from Kathmandu, but we could feel the vibrations of your music here across the world.
So
Wow.
thank you so much,
This is-
and thank you for getting up at 4:30 a.m. for your sound check. That's true commitment. We love you. We hope you'll come back, and thank you for all that you're doing for the youth in the Nepali villages.
Thank you so
Really
much,
wonderful
and
work.
thank you everybody.
Salil
All in my
Subedi.
life. Thank you, thank you. And before we say goodbye, Andrea, can I say something? That's it's a very beautiful 37th anniversary edition. This is my first marriage anniversary today.
Oh, well, happy
Yes.
anniversary to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And Salil's manager has just written in the chat for your info. We are planning Salil's U.S. tour next year, 2024. So if you're interested in organizing a workshop along with a small performance, to contact her. So those of you on Zoom, please take a look at the chat. Thank you again, Salil,
you.
and please
Thank you, Andrea.
stay on if you can,
Audience,
so that we can
thank
talk to you during the Q&A.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Benisa. Thank you.
I want to thank all the performers for this incredible celebratory and inspiring evening. Everybody gave so much of themselves, didn't you feel? I mean, from their entire being. You know, I felt like every performer went right into the heart of music, and it was really just a stellar evening and celebration of 37 years of music and community. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart for performing, and the incredible Salon tech team making magic there. Please stand up so everybody can see who you are, or wave. They're working so hard behind the scenes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the house team as well. If you're around, you can also wave. You know, essentially, the Salon is about how we can all come together globally and hopefully create more peace and connection in this world. And it couldn't happen without all of you, the performers and the team. So thank you, thank you. Also, a huge thank you to WHYY and Lisa Gray and her wonderful team for filming tonight, for their story on You Ought to Know. I'll let you all know when that will be aired. And if you'd like to be on the Salon invitation list, where you'll receive the dates, links, programs, please write to me on my website, andreaclearfield.com. The next Salon will be the Halloween Salon on October 29th, and I already have a fantastical and spooky lineup for you. We will all be in costume, so feel free to come in whatever is expressive for you. And now it's time for our virtual toast. So all of you on Zoom, please have your drink of choice ready. Those of you in my home will have food and drink for you in just a moment. So you can raise your hands, everybody, to music, to art, to health, to community, and to peace. L'chaim, and cheers. And one more thing. It's time to sing happy birthday to the Salon. My dear friend Shannon Coulter, who's a soprano, will lead us, and the cake is here, so let's do it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Salon. Happy birthday to you. Yes.